Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we are discussing one of the most tense and dramatic aspects of aviation in India: plane hijackings. These incidents have not only shocked the nation, but also transformed how India handles aviation security. We'll explore key hijackings, the government's response, international reactions, and what measures have been taken to ensure such incidents don't happen again. If you enjoy this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Plane hijackings are a rare but dangerous phenomenon that has shaped aviation policies worldwide. India, too, has experienced several hijackings over the years, and each one brought its own challenges, forcing the country to improve its aviation security. In this video, we'll look at some of the most notorious plane hijackings in Indian history, explain what happened, and dive into the government's response and reforms. Indian Airlines Flight 4227, 1971. Our story begins in 1971 with one of the earliest plane hijackings in India. Indian Airlines Flight 427 was en route from Srinagar to Jammu when it was hijacked by two Kashmiri separatists, Hashim Qureshi and Ashraf Qureshi.
People on board 32 passengers and 4 crew members. The hijackers demanded the release of political prisoners held by the Indian government. The plane was diverted to Lahore, Pakistan, where the passengers were released unharmed, but the plane was destroyed.
While Pakistan initially celebrated the hijackers, international pressure forced them to later condemn the incident. This event marked one of the early cases of aviation terrorism in the subcontinent. Indian Airlines Flight IC-405, 1984. In August 1984, Flight IC-405 was hijacked en route from Srinagar to New Delhi by 5 Sikh militants demanding the release of prisoners. This was at the height of the Khalistan movement, where separatists were seeking to create a separate Sikh state.
People on board, 255 passengers and crew. The plane was taken to Lahore, Pakistan, where Pakistani forces arrested the hijackers and freed the passengers.
The swift arrest of the hijackers by Pakistani authorities was an important development in India-Pakistan relations at that time. Although the hijacking ended peacefully, it underscored the growing threat of terrorism in the region.
Indian Airlines Flight IC-814, 1999.
The hijacking of Indian Airlines Flight IC-814 remains one of the most infamous hijacking incidents in Indian history. The flight, carrying 176 passengers and 15 crew members, was hijacked on December 24, 1999, by 5 armed men from the Pakistani-based terror group Harkat-ul-Mujahideen.
The hijackers demanded the release of 3 terrorists, including Masood Azhar, who would go on to found Jaish-e-Mohammed, a group responsible for several terrorist attacks in India.
The flight, which was on its way from Kathmandu to Delhi, was diverted to Amritsar, then to Lahore, Dubai, and finally to Kandahar, Afghanistan, under Taliban control.
After 7 days of tense negotiations, India agreed to release the 3 terrorists in exchange for the hostages. Tragically, one passenger, Rupin Katyal, was killed by the hijackers. This hijacking forced India to rethink its security policies and led to a global conversation about terrorism.
Countries like the USA, UK, and Israel condemned the hijacking. While some criticized India for releasing the terrorists, many nations offered intelligence and support to deal with the crisis.
Alliance Air Flight CD-744, 2000.
Barely a month after the IC-814 incident, Alliance Air Flight CD-7444 was hijacked by an individual demanding the release of the IC-814 hijackers. This flight was en route from Mumbai to Delhi.
Around 60 passengers were on board. The hijacker, armed with a toy gun, was overpowered by the crew after the plane landed in Delhi. No harm came to the passengers.
This quick resolution demonstrated India's growing expertise in handling aviation security. It also marked a turning point in how such threats were dealt with on domestic flights.
Steps taken by India to prevent future hijackings.
One of the most significant measures introduced was the deployment of sky marshals, armed, specially trained personnel, on selected flights. This ensures that any hijack attempt can be countered immediately.
The Central Industrial Security Force, CISF, was tasked with airport security across India. This centralized approach has allowed for better coordination between security forces and airport management.
India strengthened its Anti-Hijacking Act in 2016. The new law imposes the death penalty or life imprisonment for hijackers and includes provisions for punishing those who assist hijackers, whether financially or logistically.
India has overhauled its airport security with biometric screening, advanced baggage scanners, and full-body scanners. The country has also integrated behavior detection officers, BDOs, who are trained to identify suspicious activity through body language.
India has worked closely with international organizations such as the ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization, and countries like the United States, Israel, and the United Kingdom. These collaborations have resulted in the sharing of intelligence, resources, and best practices for aviation security. India's history with plane hijackings has been marked by tragedy, diplomacy, and ultimately, significant reforms. Each incident has played a crucial role in reshaping the country's approach to aviation security. While India is now better equipped to deal with such threats, these events remind us of the constant vigilance needed to keep our skies safe. What are your thoughts on India's history of plane hijackings? Did we miss any key details? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more interesting videos. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.